Two things that have driven this project. One is need, and the other one is the vision. One of the vision is that we own a major infrastructure that's built in our homeland that will create equity for our First Nations and hopefully generate a level playing field for our people as we move into other areas. The mandate is to connect 17 First Nations to the transmission grid and with a vision of ownership.
There's so many things that are hindering the First Nations to go on ahead and take care of their families, like housing, for instance. Housing, there's not enough housing in Deer Lake. Some houses, they have 2 bedrooms and there's 6 families in that little house.
And we used to have to deal with outages so much because it was just not enough.
The whole point of connecting our communities to the transmission grid is to bring reliable energy as well as clean energy into the area.
One particular First Nation where they built 40 homes, so now with the grid connection that's happening right now, they will have that safe, reliable power.
One of the benefits of Wataynikaneyap, the lights going, the energy going into the communities, is that it will be there for our grandchildren.
And it was agreed that the partnership of First Nations have guiding principles that would guide the project in relation to how this project will be constructed and developed within our territories, based on our traditions and our cultures and the protections of our lands and resources.
So Fortis got involved with the project because this was a First Nation-led project with a very strong vision. And we believed in the First Nation leadership. We believed in the vision of having reliable electricity to change the lives of the people who lived in the communities, and also to have a viable business that would provide financial benefit to the communities.
The vision of our people is to own this project. And part of that is the recognition of who we are as Indigenous people on the homeland. We have our culture, our language, our way of life. A lot of the companies that come in don't recognize those things.
So that's how Fortis became our partner, because they had the same vision and we had the support of the vision.
The First Nation leadership and the Fortis leadership have really come together on this project. People like Margaret, Frank, Harry, Jerry, Lucy, and Eliza, these are tremendous people, and they represent the interests of the 24 First Nations and the 24 chiefs. So the partnership is huge, but the way it works and the way we've put the board together and the governance model, it works very seamlessly, very simply. And at the end of the day, it's really about representing the interests of those 24 communities, and the partnership has been successful in doing that.
Over time, the First Nations will have 100% ownership of the company. And this is something that is really important, and is something that we need to keep a focus on.
We, as First Nations, we want to, there's a spirit of reconciliation by the federal and provincial governments in this country in relation to the history, the tragic history of our people that live in this country. So we want to reestablish our position, to say that, that the Creator has given us a sacred mandate, to protect those lands and resources that have our languages and our cultures and our traditional ways, to continue. So that's just what this project is based on.
What we have to remember is that in our part of the country, there are no roads, there's no infrastructure, there's no transmission lines, there's nothing. It's us and the land. That's it. We have a spiritual connection to the land, and it's deeper than we can describe. I thought I was mentally prepared, but as soon as I saw the clearing on our ancestral homelands, the way I described it was Ngimurstun Nabmadzunik. It actually had a profound impact on my life. It was devastating.
With any project that's $1.9 billion estimated, there will be compliance requirements. And we've also received instructions through ceremony to follow our protocols.
But what Wataynikaneyap did was something special. Wataynikaneyap followed the traditional land access protocols, where if you want to go through somebody else's area, there is a process, there are protocols that need to be followed.
This project is truly amazing because it was built right as COVID was starting. When the rest of the world was slowing down, we were ramping up construction on this project, and 4 years later, it's built, it's a fabulous asset, and it's tremendous success for the communities.
We're at this stage now where the project is almost done, and now we move forward and reap the benefits of this project.
As we reach each milestone, we go and celebrate with each First Nation to acknowledge the work that has been done and for connecting the First Nations to the grid to bring reliable energy to their communities. Seeing the completion of the project and seeing the vision come to fruition means a lot to me, and it also tells me that our people can do anything if they choose to work together and be together.